everybody, here we are at my studio over in Bradford, and Dave's popped over for the day to go through my album, which is going to be mixing for me, and we just thought we'd tell you a little bit about Dave's new solo album, which is just come out. So tell what's it called?
Yep, it's called Celestial Fire. I think is the album.
And if you want to check out and have a listen to the album, you can do so on, is it on?
Yeah, it's on
Bainbridge.com.
Not yet, but it will be once that's been updated soon. But you can buy the album from iona.uk.com and hear sound samples on there if you search in the store for Celestial Fire.
Obviously, you're best known for your work with Iona, Celtic progressive sonic epic music, and so in what ways is this different? I suppose what you could tell us is, if you're an Iona fan, in what ways is it similar to Iona, and then in what ways is it kind of different as well, just so we get a feel for
it. That's a really good question. It's similar in that guesting on the album we've got Joanne from Iona, who's doing some sort of ethereal vocals on a few tracks, which sounds beautiful. Frank, the drummer from Iona, is on the album, but actually not playing drums, playing on his other instrument, the violin. And Frank's played some of the string arrangements that I wrote on the album and done some amazing solo violin. Martin Nolan, pipe player in Iona's guesting on one track, and Troy Donockley, who used to be in Iona, again playing pipes and low whistles.
He's in Nightwish now, isn't he?
Who's in Nightwish now, yep, and he's about to embark on a 2-year world tour, so I'm not going to see him for a while. But he's played on the album, and obviously he was part of Iona for 15 years, so lots of connections to Iona, but at the same time I didn't want the music to sound like another Iona album. And for this album, you asked about the similarities and differences.
Yeah.
One of the differences is that I wanted to have a completely different rhythm section, so bass and drums from Iona, with players who are really much more steeped in the sort of progressive genre. Yeah. Which Colin, who plays incredible drums on the album, in particular, he's played with Neil Morse and his own band Effector, and they're very much more in the sort of new progressive metal kind of style. Virtuosic drumming, but really tight kind of stuff. Yeah,
a bit like Dream Theater, those kind of bands. Double bass drumming, real odd time signatures.
Yeah, and he handles all that with ease. And then Randy, who plays bass, as well as being in a Genesis tribute band called Swank, he's the main bass player with Neil Morse, and plays regularly with Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater.
Yeah, I mean, having heard the album, the thing that struck me is just the contrast that you have across all the songs. So you have like big piano intros on some, you have like really virtuoso double bass drumming kind of style, and then you have beautiful vocal scapes and synths, and there's a real mix in there. So I suppose if you're a fan of sort of really interesting and, I guess, for want of a better word, complicated music, there's going to be something in there for you. But also, if you're an Iona fan, it has a lot of those common elements of the really beautiful kind of melodic aspects and the big string arrangements and things like that.
Yes.
And there's still vocals in it. I mean, it's not Joanne, as in Joanne Hogg from Iona singing on it, but there's still quite a lot of vocals through the album. It's not like a guitar exclusive.
No, not
album.
at all. No. One of the things I wanted to do was really have a variety of vocal textures and sounds, and especially using some male vocals on several of the tracks, which was another way of differentiating it from Iona's music. And so the fantastic Damien Wilson from Threshold, Headspace, and Rick Wakeman and Les Miserables is singing on several tracks, and he's really brought a whole range of vocal nuances to the album. I mean, he's a great rock singer, but he's also really sensitive.
Amazing range the guy has.
He's brought a fantastic new dimension really to what I've done. And then there's several other female singers that a few who I've worked with before, such as Yvonne Lyon from Glasgow, who sings some brilliant stuff, and Sally Muneer, who's the daughter of Gentle Giant, the old prog band from the 70s. She's the daughter of Kerry Muneer, the keyboard player from that band, and she's got a lovely sort of ethereal English sounding voice.
Yeah, very pure sounding.
So that's another element. She did a lot of the harmony vocals on the album. I had some pretty complex sort of harmonies written out, and she managed those with ease.
Yeah. So what would you say, what are you most proud about this album? I mean, because personally I've bought the previous solo album with Vale Gossamer, which I thought was great, but I really do think this album is even better. You've raised the bar for me. It's definitely in my top 10 albums that I enjoy listening to. So what are you most proud about the album? What do you feel, if you could put that into a sentence?
Yeah, well, I think the thing I'm most happy about is the fact that it, to me, captures the idea I had initially, which was to capture that excitement that I first experienced when I was listening to some of the artists I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But also I feel that it's not some kind of prog 70s tribute album, but it's got new things in there as well, textures, a combination of some of the sounds that you might hear with Iona, but other new things as well.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
also the other thing is I've been able to feature much more of my keyboard playing than I would on a normal Iona album, in terms of solo piano and Hammond organ kind of things.
Yeah, there's some really brilliant piano playing. Some what's the intro?
That's track Love Remains.
Love Remains, yeah, man, you've got to wait. I mean, so you can check it out. There's some sound samples on Dave's website. Check out Love Remains. The intro to that will just blow your mind. The interplay between the bass playing the drums and the keys across the whole song, just absolutely, well, one of the best things I've ever heard, to be honest. Really, really fresh and exciting sounding.
And hopefully next year we're looking at doing this thing live. I'm calling it Celtic Fire, the Celestial Fire band.
Yeah.
And Dave's going to be part of that, because I can't play everything, like keyboard and guitar parts all at once.
Not that stops you trying.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, that's Celestial Fire. You can buy it from where?
From iona.uk.com. Look on the store on there, and it's on the Celestial Fire, obviously. And also from the distributors, Birmingham Shed, birminghamshed.com.
Great.